Hello and welcome to Driver Interviews with Bobby Fazio. It's the Tuesday Tell All. It's Tuesday, June 6th, 2023. It's D-Day. D-Day. All right. And you know what? I had sand from Omaha Beach that I got when I was in Normandy a few years ago. I just had it on this desk recently and I can't find it anywhere. So I'm a little mad about that. I keep misplacing things. I don't know what's going on, if I'm getting old or what. But just want to make sure everybody can hear me out there. Nick Ryder says he's listening. Nick Ryder, how you doing, sir? Glad you are here with us. Where's Walt Walker? He's usually the first one. How dare he not be? But thanks for joining. And I hope you guys like my new little banner outline there. And I put that together yesterday, but it didn't let me do a test run. So I had to this is my first time seeing it, so it's not too bad. It's covered up a couple key areas, but that's all right. Pete, what's up, man? How you doing? Tristan, how are you? He's listening. Tristan, I met Tristan in Chicago at Joliet. He's from the state of Washington, and he says he's coming to Indy and to Maple Grove. So look forward to seeing you there again. Greatest generation, thanks to them. I know, right? I do have. This is. I had a great uncle that was in the 6th Marine Division in Okinawa. No, Okinawa. Yeah, that's where he was in World War II. That's from my Uncle Sam. Bob Bender's helmet right there from Vietnam, MP, 101st Airborne. And like I said, I had sand from Omaha Beach. It was right behind me. I can't find it today. But anyways, yes. I'm a fan of our veterans. Always have been, always will be. We are in the building. Darian, Houston Motorsports. Excellent. Happy to have you. By the way, Darian Houston asked me to come cover the Stick Shift Nationals, I believe it's called, Piedmont Dragway in North Carolina. So I will be there when is that? July or June? 2 weeks from now, I think, right? Darian, help me out. When is that? PSPA, Professional Stick Pullers Association. But that race is in North Carolina, June 17th. That's when it is. June 17th. 10,000 to win. Oh, God, I wish my Super Stocker was ready. I would love to take part in that. But since I'm not racing, I'm going to get a lot of coverage. So it'll be fun. It will be fun. However, I did send my in-car camera back. It was problematic, and GoPro's told me to send it back, and they're sending me another one. I hope it gets here in time. It better, or I'm going to be very upset. Dennis Chapman, what's up, man? How are you? Thanks for joining us. Tristan, you doing good? All right. Excellent. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for his service. Yeah, Uncle Sam, he was a great guy. He was tough, rough and tough. Good evening. Great to meet you in the lanes at the Grove. Thanks, Robert McCoy. You too, pal. Thanks for joining us. Amen. Sticks Nats, is that 8th mile or quarter mile? Darian, help us out. It is June 17th, and Mark Wilson's listening in. So, Darian, let us know if that's quarter mile or 8th mile, that race there. It draws stock and super stock racers and, non-NHRA racers, probably NMCA, NMRA, or whatever you want, as long as it's got a stick shift in it. It sounds fun. So if I can get that banner, I'll pull that up. I had a terrible, not terrible, a blessed work day the last 2 days. I spent, hours in between work prepping for this tonight, and I still didn't get everything I wanted. 8th mile, or I would have had that banner. So 8th mile stick shift racing in North Carolina, Piedmont Dragway. All right. We got a lot to do. It's going to be a long one tonight, everybody. So stay tuned. There are no birthdays, believe it or not, in Drag Insights this week. We have plenty coming up in the next week, but there was nothing between last Tuesday and today, so I was a little surprised. A dead week. Crazy, right? There was a tragedy that struck the PSPA association. So Darian Houston, if you could help me out again, I want to help that family that their house burnt down while they were at a graduation party 2 hours from their house, so they couldn't get back in time to, do anything. So it's a very unfortunate situation. It's on the page there for the PSPA, and I'm happy to share a GoFundMe or any kind of, charity or whatever we can do to help them out. All right. So Darian, Houston Motorsports, if you can post something there, I'll share it. Hello from South Dakota. Thank God for our troops. Yes, you got that right, Jay. Can you imagine June 6th, 1944, a bunch of 18, 19, 20-year-olds storming a beach under heavy fire against the Nazis? Have you seen 18, 19, and 20-year-old kids these days? I'll just leave that right there, okay? That's crazy. He texted me with the link. All right, I have no way of pulling that up right now, but I will post it after we're done. If you want to send that link right here to the comments, it'll be in the comments, Darian, and then we can share it on there. But yeah, that's crazy. I can't imagine either. Hey, what's going on? Anthony Lombardo. How are you, buddy? D1 Racer. K-Stock Automatic. Camaro. Can't imagine. I know. Neither can I. Ever since I saw Saving Private Ryan when I was I wasn't little. I was probably about 12 or 13, I guess, when that movie came out. That got me into the whole D-Day invasion. Didn't realize how intense that was. But yeah, coming right up. All right, excellent. Well, while that's coming right up, let's get to some results here. Let's start in New England. It was the national event. I like to start with the nationals. I'm not gonna. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I spoiled myself here with these banners here. I didn't even get to my sponsors. Driverinterviews.com. Well, that's me. You don't need to see that. Do you know all that? Our sponsors are the ones that make this happen, right? Lupe Tortilla, Texmex.com. Thank you to Lupe Tortilla. You see their banner right up there on the screen. This Tuesday Tell-All is presented by them, and they are great people. Look forward to seeing them in Dallas toward the end of the year at that national event. Texmex.com. If you're in the Texas area, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, and you go to one of these Lupe Tortillas, tag driver interviews, right? Check in and tag driver interviews, and we'll just bombard Stan and Sheila Holt with check-ins at Lupe Tortilla because you heard about them on this show, right? Drag Insights, you heard about it on this show also. Let's tell Alicia Anderson, founder of Drag Insights, that you heard about it on this show, right? So she is the founder of Drag Insights. I'm not, I wish I was. Some people think I am. I don't know why. I guess because I talk about it all the time. But no, I just do some math behind the scenes, and that's it. And I just talk about it on here, and I hand out decals when needed. But go to draginsights.com. Get your free account at the very least. All you need is an email address, and you have to be foolish not to. Check it out, right? Premium members get contingency. Division 1 racers, as of right now, just Division 1 stock and super stock racers. If you have a decal and you go dead on zero, you get awarded $100. And it's rolling over unless somebody tells me who went dead zero at Maple Grove last week and had the decals, because I haven't heard anything. Rob Youngblood's advancedclutches.com. I can't do this without Rob Youngblood. Advancedclutches.com. Check them out. 6-finger, 3-finger, how many fingers you need, what kind of diameters you need, what kind of base pressure, what kind of counterweight pressure. This is all things that you need to be asking Rob Youngblood. Stick shift technology has come a long way, and the cars are so deadly consistent. If you haven't noticed now, you're starting to see a lot of stick cars make it to the later rounds and or winning. Chris Knudsen was just in the final round with his. Don Kennedy Race Car Insurance. Can't do this without Don. Don's my OG. Don's the first sponsor I ever had. So let's thank Don all together, and let's buy insurance from him. His policies are written through Haggerty Insurance. Insure your race car. Okay, you'd have to be foolish not to. 602-284-6240. Thank you, Don Kennedy. CP Carrillo Pistons. I appreciate the help from CP Carrillo. CP Pistons are the only Pistons I've ever run in my super stock car. They treat us well, and I can't wait to get back out there and racing again. I have a new set of CPs ready to get installed. And my new set of Total Seal piston rings is the only rings I've ever run in super stock as well, and stock, in any car I've ever raced, right? Lake Speed helps us out. He does tech episodes for us. Hit them up, lake@totalseal.com, or Keith Jones, or whoever you see or know from Total Seal. You've probably spoken to one of them at least once or twice in your life. And Bruce Fulper, Rock and Roll Engineering, PontiacEngines.com. Can't do this without Bruce Fulper either. So hit up PontiacEngines.com if you have a question about a 428 Pontiac, a 400 Pontiac, what else? Hit up Bruce Fulper. He'll be able to help you out. All right, let's get back to the comments here, and then we'll get into the results. Welcome from Michigan. Hi, Russ. How are you doing? Russ Abrams. Thank you. Believe both are PayPals. If sending money, please use family and friends. All right. So this is for a charity, a fellow racing family. I don't know if it was actual racing family or dear friends of a racing family. Their house burnt down. They lost all their material possessions, and we would like to help them out. Cool stuff. How you doing, Anthony Lombardo? Again, the family is of Jeff and Robin Hedge. All right. So once you get that link, we'll post that. 326. What's the 326 for? I don't know. I should know. Maybe it's something I just mentioned a couple minutes ago. All right, so Epping, New Hampshire. I was thinking about going up there. My car owner there, Mark Sargenti. We got the Sargenti and Fazio 64 Mustang Stocker, M-Stock automatic right now. We thought about going up there. They're a running class. We might have a shot. Well, the forecast didn't look so good. We just had a race at Maple Grove. We have a divisional this weekend. We decided not to. And to be honest, thank God we decided not to, because it looks like it turned out to be a little bit of a shit show up there, right? And through no one's fault. I mean, it was just Mother Nature was not cooperating. They got Friday in, and class eliminations and Stock Eliminator got to run in qualifying. Saturday, I believe, first round of Super Street, first round of Stock, and maybe first round of Super Comp got in, and some pros got in. I was installing closet shelves for my beautiful, loving wife in her nice closet that she has now. So I was doing that with this race playing in the background, and that's all I can remember getting done. I don't remember seeing any more sportsmen go down the track. And then Sunday, I don't think anything went down the track. Then they decided to push sportsmen off to August. August 25th to the 27th is when we have a divisional here at Epping, New Hampshire, Division 1. So they're going to continue the sportsmen there. The pros are going to run their rounds at Bristol this upcoming weekend at Thunder Valley Nationals. So that'll be interesting, because I think that's Thunder Valley Nationals is this weekend, right? Is it a 3-day race? 9, 10, 11? Yes, it's a 3-day race. So they're going to cram that in as well. The 3-day races. I'm a fan of the 3-day races because, you know me, I like to race in front of the crowd. We get some crowd stage time on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think it's a good thing. When the weather doesn't cooperate, it turns into a little bit of a difficult thing, right? So, what are you going to do? Sorry, I'm getting texts, I'm getting messages. I get nervous because I want to make sure that they don't say, we can't hear you. So yeah, they're going to have to stuff 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag this weekend in Bristol, but it's pros that, there shouldn't be that many of them to run. They're going to work it in with qualifying. So I think it'll be fine. What I'm just, again, slightly concerned about, it doesn't really affect me, but it might affect our racers, our D1 racers that live in like Maryland, we'll say. Why are we having a national at Bristol and a divisional up in New York? I mean, for me, the Bristol track is 8 hours away, so it's a little far, and the New York track is 4 hours away. So I would lean more toward New York, but I love national events. And I'd hate to have to run a national event over a Division I event. It's just, we have racers that come up from Virginia all the time. I think, Sterling Simmons and those guys, for them, I guess they're going to go to Bristol. I can't imagine they will come up to New York, but I don't know, what their plans are or how well they're doing in the division. It just makes they're a little too close together, even though they're not that close together. They're just a little too close together for our Division I spread, right? Dave Katz in Michigan too. Oh, the Pontiac 326. All right. We need rain in Michigan. It's a drought here. We know what we need some here in Jersey too. We've got a bunch of warnings today, but it never showed up. Pete Lance Sears, how you doing? Pete, San Diego, good to see you. Good to hear from you. Andre Jenkins. Pete, if you know who won or have some results from that, there was a D7 open, I would like to hear about them. Pam Marshall, how are you? Never been to Bristol, but looks like a beautiful track. I've never been there either. I want to check it out. I've never been to Lebanon Valley either, so this is going to be my first time going to Lebanon Valley. Scheduling has not completely recovered from COVID. Yeah, you got that right. It's hard. Paul Gunther, how are you? Paul's the one that let me drive that beautiful red Mustang in Superstock last year that he's just dying to let me drive again, right? Right, Paul? Man. Paul, my uncle's always asking, where's that red car you drove last year? My uncle down in South Carolina. So I said, Paul's he's just getting it ready for me. That's all. Jared Jordan won the Open. All right, hold that thought. Let's get to some results. So we're back in Epping now. All I'm going to shout out here is the class winners because that's all I got. Well, and we had stock run first round of eliminations, and that was it. So let's shout out the class winners in Stock Eliminator. Stock only ran class at Epping. A stock automatic, Johnny Armstrong got the win over Dominic Desjardins. Hell of a race there, by the way. 010 to a 001 light, 1007 to a 1016. Nice. C stock automatic, Mike Letelier. D stock automatic, Matt Lisa. E stock automatic, Mike Farrell. F stock automatic, Ron Infantino. He's going to be tough to beat. G stock automatic, Tim Barrett. He's tough to beat. H stock automatic, Chris Butcher. He's tough to beat. I stock automatic, Jim Marshall. He's the toughest to beat. And the combo stick, Bob Broadbent. This guy can drive, man. 016 in that final, runs 10-12 in his A stick car. I've never beat this guy. This guy cleans my clock every time I race him. Nice 69 Camaro stick. Oh, man, it's a cool car, and he's a good driver. Auto combo is Howie Smith. He's got a Malibu, and he was running L stock automatic. He beat Gene Monahan in the combo final. And factory stock combo went to Steven Smith in the 09 Challenger. It's a factory stock D car. So that's our Stock Eliminator class win results from Epping, New Hampshire. We got nothing else from there. I don't really have any other announcements from there. So I guess that's it for Epping, New Hampshire. Until next time, it's a shame that we weren't able to finish that race. Okay. Let's see, where are we headed next? Norwalk, Division 3, America's Racetrack, right? They had a nice car count there. Don O'Neill was on the mic announcing. Bill Bader was also on the mic. Has anybody ever heard? Well, I'm sure you have. Bill Bader announcing, man, that guy he's intense. He gets loud. He knows how to work the crowd up. So after Epping got rained out, I switched over to D3 and was watching this one while I was still working. And when I heard an announcer screaming, and I was like, whoa, who is that? Who's that announcer? And it turned out to be the owner of the track. Not only that, this guy's got a nice, good heart too. A kid in the stands shared their pizza with somebody. I think they shared their pizza with like Don O'Neill or something. So Bill Bader said, you know what? That was really nice of that kid. He said, that kid, come up here. Here's $100 gift card to the souvenir shop. Go have fun. So that was pretty cool of Bill Bader. He's a nice guy. Bill's better than Don. Well, Don's doing a good job there. Bill's probably been announcing forever. Don races Top Sportsman, I think. So Don, I like listening to Don during Top Sportsman. He knew all the drivers and everything, so it was cool. I like everybody that's announcing. They were good. But I like that Bill Bader did that for that guy. When Bill Bader said something a little controversial there, I guess there was some problematic cars or classes during the weekend. He said it was a crazy weekend. But at one point he said, if I never see another Pro Mod car again, I don't care, or something like that. So I guess Pro Mod might have been messing up the works down out there in Ohio, which it's a fun, exciting category, but they can wreak some havoc. Fans love them, but they can wreak some havoc. Whenever they ask, when do you want stock or super stock to run, I just always say before Pro Mod. I don't care when, just before Pro Mod. Oh, man. So let's get to some results from out there. How about this in Stock Eliminator? A used stock automatic car gets the win. They must have had probably 100 cars in stock. I should know how many they had, but I don't have it right in front of me. There's a 7-round race, though. They get a big draw out here, and it's tough. Division 3 is tough territory. Casey Foss Johnson in a 65 Plymouth Belvedere, U-Stock automatic, dials a 14 flat in the final round, cuts an 027 light, runs 14 dead on with a 4 at 93 miles an hour for the win over Brian Merkel in a B-Stock automatic 2000 Firebird. Brian Merkel dialed 1079, left a little bit to be desired on the starting line. It was 134 on the tree, ran dead on with a 7, 1079 with a 7, but you weren't going to overcome that a 10th on the starting line. So actually, Casey took a chunk of stripe down there to get the win. But congratulations, a U-Stock automatic car. That's awesome. And that sounds like a really cool car too, by the way. Slant 6, I don't know. I'm assuming what would be in a 65 Belvedere. And I think it's a wagon, if I'm not mistaken. But all the way down in U, that's got to be a 6-cylinder, right? Tim Barrett, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us. Tim Barrett did one hell of a wheel stand. Tim, I had to rewind your wheel stand while I was hanging shelves this weekend. I saw it. I peeked my head out, and I was like, oh, my God, Tim Barrett versus Joe Santangelo. Next, I had to rewind it and made the wife watch it, too. I was like, watch this wheelie. Woo! And then Tim Barrett put wheelie bars on his car. That's sad. John Winslow. Hey, Bobby. John Winslow, D7. Shout out to Jared Jordan for his win in Sacramento last weekend. All right, so Jared Jordan won the D7 Open in stock, super stock, combo. Let me know. 273 two-barrel. Thanks, Tom Baker. Here he is. You should be a 6. So it's a 273 two-barrel. All right. 273 two-barrel, 273, 273, 273. All right. So we're outnumbered, Amcam. It's an 8-cylinder. Probably a 273. All right. But good driving. Good driving there. There were 6 stick cars in the top 10 of Norwalk's qualifying in Stock Eliminator. That's pretty cool. 6 of them. I saw the crowd look pretty packed there in Norwalk. They had fireworks. They had jet cars. Bill Bader working that crowd up. They had the ice cream. It just sounds like a great event that I have to get to one of these years. All right, next year. Put it on the schedule for me next year. I'm going. All right, let's move into Super Stock. Super Stock down there, or I keep saying down there, over there in D3. It's not down there. Ron Richards, 82 Firebird, GTH automatic, dials 1033, cuts an 044 light, and runs a 1083. That means he's shutting it off against Jeremy Mudd. Jeremy Mudd went pretty far out in Joliet at the national event there. He's got a 93 Grand Am and Superstock C modified. Dials 870, cuts a 007 red. Turns it red by 7 thou, and that was all she wrote. He shuts it off, and Ron Richards gets the win. Ron Richards qualified pretty close to the bottom. He's only running 12 under in qualifying, so he navigated his way. He's a GTH automatic. He didn't have a heads up, and he made it happen, man. Driving and shoe polish. That'll do it for you. Congrats, Ron Richards. All right, moving into Division 5, Earlville, Iowa. Okay, who was out in Earlville? Anybody want to let me know? If I was not helping my dad and brother dial in their cars, I would love to be on the mic. Yeah, try it out. It's fun to do. It's very difficult. The more you know about the drivers, and the more you know about cars and their combos, if we're stock and super stock, especially when it comes to the .90 cars, I guess the more you know about the drivers, definitely can make that interesting. And just telling the fans what to pay attention to, and then if there's any downtime, you got to fill that in. So, announcing is pretty hard. But anyways, let's get back to Earlville, Iowa. Now, Patterson Elite paid out the top qualifiers in stock, super stock, and comp. And I thought that was really cool. Aiden Patterson. But Aiden Patterson was also the top qualifier in super stock, so I guess he paid himself. But in the top qualifier in stock was an E-stick car. Logan McDonald, he's got a 66 Chevy too, and you all know that's probably my favorite Chevy. How can you go wrong with that car? And the stick on top of that. Oh, I love it. He was 102 under. Aiden Patterson's got a factory stock F car. And let me see. I thought I had how far Patterson went, but there it is. A 2014 Camaro, and he was 102 under also. I don't know how far under the comp racer was that got paid, but thank you, Patterson Elite, for paying that out. I think they each got $500 or something, so that's pretty amazing. I like that. I like that kind of stuff. As far as eliminations went, how about this? Heads up final round. Stick cars. 2 stick cars in the finals. I mentioned earlier Chris Knudsen. How could I forget to mention Randy Manns? Amazing. So hit up Rob Youngblood if you want to switch to a stick car. Your car might become more consistent, right? Randy Manns, 2000 Firebird, and Chris Knudsen's got a 69 Camaro. Now, the index in A stock is 1095. And Randy Manns was 063 on the tree, and he went 1006 at 134. I believe he was shutting it off. Chris Knudsen was 126 on the tree, but he ran 22 seconds. He was shutting it off. Now, rumor has it he had a broken shock mount. I don't know if that was true. Maybe somebody can clarify what kind of problems Chris Knudsen was having, but if it was a shock mount, I guess the only guy that could fix it for him at that moment was the guy in the other lane, Randy Manns, and he probably wasn't about to do that right before final round. But maybe he would if he had the time. But congrats, Randy Mans, on your win. Randy Mans was driving lights out, man. He had a string of nice lights there. And Chris Knudsen, that guy's always tough. I think he won a national event or two in the last year. So beautiful blue 69 Camaro. I saw it in Joliet. Love that car. Super stock, Tyler Wodarczyk. This kid is just phenomenal. GTM automatic, 86 Camaro. Dials a 1044, 004 in the final round. Not gun shy at all. Shuts it off, though, because Gene Mosbeck, how about this car? Super stock F automatic, 64 Plymouth Savoy. That's a phenomenal sounding car right there. Dials 1010, runs dead on with a 9, but trips the red light by 5,000 of a second. 5 no good thousandths of a second. That would have been a hell of a race right there. If he was just a little bit on the green side on a dead-on run in a 64 Savoy, making it to the final round. Congrats, Tyler Wodarczyk, on your win. Congrats, Gene Mosbeck. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Congrats on your runner-up. Way to go. Perfect runs at Sacramento for Steve Wan in the quarterfinals. 10.09.0 in B stock automatic. I heard he was number 1 qualifier. So, I mean, I know he's fast. Port Charlotte, Florida, checking in. Valva guy, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Okay, now we're moving into Division 6, Boise, Idaho. All right. Now, they did run class here, stock and super stock, so we'll have to shout them out. As far as the Eliminator is concerned, Shelby Williams. This is her first divisional event win. She won a national event a few years ago. D-Stock Automatic 70 Camaro. This is a great car, by the way, because I think it was owned by Justin Lamb. Maybe Tommy Gaynor as well, I think, owned it before then. So I know this car's got probably the best of everything, and Shelby Williams drives it very well. She dials 1094 in the final, cuts an 034 light, and runs 1098 with a 9. So she's 4 over. Had to race Bill Bushmaker, iStock Automatic, 76 Roadrunner. Some cool cars in the final here. I'm loving it this weekend. He dialed 1183, runs an 1186.3, 055 on the lights. Gave Shelby 200ths there at the starting line, and that was all she needed. She parlayed that into a victory there. He was 3 over. She was 4 over. So she got the win by, I don't know, what, 100th or 2 there. So congrats, Shelby Williams. First divisional win, I believe I read, and she already has a national event win. So that's pretty cool. Super stock. How about that? Speaking of cool cars making it to the final round. Now, a super stock L automatic 57 Chevy. Am I reading this right? Did I read this right? I double checked it, and I just want to make sure that I got that right. A 57 Chevy running super stock L automatic. Somebody comment, because I don't want to screw that up. 000 in the 000 in the final. Dials 1121, runs an 1125 with a 5 against Chris Hall. Chris Hall's a West Coast terror out there. Factory Superstock C. He's running a 2017 Camaro. Chris Hall dials 908, cuts an 040 light, and runs 913 with a 6. So he's over by a little bit. Couldn't overcome that 000 reaction time by Steve Scrivener. So congratulations to Steve Scrivener. Superstock L Automatic 57 Chevy getting the win out in Boise, Idaho. That is freaking awesome. Somebody send me a picture of this car. I want to see it. I'm getting text messages. All right, sounds good. Thanks. Sound is still good. That's all I care about. We had a key heads up run there, 3rd round. Anybody see this? Joe Sorensen versus Justin Jerome, F stock automatic. So Joe Sorensen, from what it looks like from way over on the East Coast where I am, switches between the 2-barrel 350. So he switches between the 350 255 and the 350 250. And as far as I'm concerned here, all you got to do is just pop the carburetor, the 2-barrel carburetor off, pop that manifold off, put the other manifold on, put the 4-barrel on, and that's all you got to do, right? Everything else about that engine is the same. Sorensen's been going one something under in both combos a lot. So I think he's triggering a review at the end of the year. We'll see how that pans out. But he had a heads up against Justin Jerome. This was a heck of a race here. Sorensen's 101 on the tree. Jerome is 027 on the tree. So I guess is that an altitude adjusted track out there? Because it says that their dial in or index was 1214. Sorensen goes 119.5 under. Jerome went 111.2 under. I don't know is Jerome still running like a 340 Duster? I mean, he had a 73 Duster, but I know he crashed it, so I don't know what he's driving right now. But I don't, I guess Jerome might affect the trigger for whatever 340 he might have at this point. And Sorensen, I do think went a second night. He qualified at 117 under, and he went 119 under there in the Eliminator. So that's definitely getting a review. I guess that's the 350, 255. Is that Tim Barrett? Is that your combo? Let me know. Check my phone. All right. I will. Hello. Had a late meeting. And Ryan Mangus drove that car too. Yes, he did. The car that Shelby Williams is driving. Yes, it's an altitude track. Thank you. Normal F-Stock automatic index is 1185. Yeah, I thought so. It's a 73 low compression 340 still. So it's the same. So he went out and found basically the same car or similar car and I guess put his engine in there and still running the same combo. So that one might get triggered now too. I'm trying to think who runs a low compression 340 on the East Coast. Tom Baker, you might know, who runs one of those where we are. All right, Darian sent me some messages here. Let me see. What would you like me to have? Okay, so the Professional Stick Pullers of America. The PSPA will have shirts for sale at the Stick Nationals, and all the proceeds for these shirts will go to the family that lost their house in the fire. So this race it's a big race. It's going to be huge. I missed it last year. I really want to hit it up this year, $10,000 payout. It's a big race. You don't want to miss it. So anybody that buys a shirt, so Professional Stick Pullers of America shirt, it's a pretty cool shirt. It's a nice design here. I can't pop it up on my screen quick like I would like to. But all the proceeds from the shirts go to the family that lost their house in a fire. That's just brutal. Can we buy these shirts online too? Darian, let's see if we can buy these shirts online. Maybe there's a link to do that because I think people around the country might want to help this cause out. Tom, there you go. I was thinking of somebody, and I don't know why I didn't think of Ray. So Junior and Ray Thurston's driving Junior Baum's 340 low compression Duster. So yeah, our trigger already got hit twice at the Winter National. So Pete, you're driving that. You got one of them too, then I guess. All right. And Mike Cotton's got one. Okay, so it sounds like that one's might get a hit at the end of the year, depending on how this is getting averaged out. Now, I am embarrassed to admit this, but I just realized about 2 weeks ago that averages are not only combo based now; they're class based also. I've read on NHRA Racer, so they're going to average out the combo and they're going to average out the class. Now, here's where this gets a little tricky. Okay, so let's say, all right. So in my case here, okay, the Mustang 5.0 hatchback that I have, it is unable to run up in K, calling it the 215 horse that everybody that runs a Mustang 5.0 calls it. You call it it's the 302, 225, 215. Well, the notchbacks can run up in K, and K has that 1265 index. The hatchbacks can only go up to L. So the hatchbacks are LMN, the notchbacks are KLM. If somebody in a notchback is blasting it in K, and us in the hatchback, we can't run K, there's no way for us to average that out because they're going to go by combo and they're going to go by class, and whichever average is higher, it seems like that's the one they're going to use for the review at the end of the year. So somebody correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I think that's a flawed system because you're going to have certain slight platform changes like a hatchback versus notchback. I don't know if like a Chevy 2 has that with like a post car and a non-post car, sedan versus coupe. I don't know if they're different enough. I mean, where they have different weight breaks where they're different natural classes, but this is where that method of calculating averages could get a little tricky. 69 Camaro with a 2-barrel convertible. Antos runs a convertible. There's no way you can run that all the way up in L. That's like an NNO car or an NOP car. So if somebody goes fast in L with the 2-barrel 69 Camaro, the convertible can't average that out. So I don't know about that system there. That might have to be revisited. Let me know if what you guys think of that comment. And the way I read that, I think I'm pretty accurate on that. So I don't know. We're gonna have to think about that and maybe reevaluate. All right, so let's get to, where was I? I have so many notes here. I got to scroll. Oh, we got all the winners in the Eliminator. Let's get the class winners. Let's shout their names out. So Boise, Idaho, Firebird Raceway, Stock Eliminator. Here we go. A Stock Automatic, Mick Alley. B Stock Automatic, Todd Haste. C Stock Automatic, Cal Method. He's a legend. D Stock Automatic, Shelby Williams. So she won class and won the Eliminator. Good for her. E Stock Automatic. I don't know. I'm going to butcher this name up. Fatty Atiye. 71 Mustang 429. Sounds like a sick car. E Stock Automatic got the win, so congratulations. And it was a whole shot victory at that. F Stock Automatic, Joe Sorensen. I Stock Automatic, Todd Gale. Factory Stock D, Dennis Radford. The stick combo, Bob Gullett. I love that car. 68 Chevy there with 327. And he got the win over Jim Hughes, former world champ. Combo Auto, Brian Seaberg, 72 Comet, 302. He's running T Stock Automatic. That thing can fly. And then the factory stock combo, Larry McClanahan in a 2019 Mustang running factory stock AA. And then in super stock. So Steve Zupka, that's the way you understand it too? All right, I knew I wasn't crazy. I think that's a little bit flawed, man. Just from the couple of the examples there that I posed. Super stock class winners. Super stock M Automatic. This is out in D6, Boise, Idaho. M Automatic, Jim Storms. That's a 72 Barracuda 340. GTG Automatic, Sean Core. GTM Automatic, Rod Stoltz. Factory Superstock B. We didn't have that many Superstock cars, it looks like. Factory Superstock B was Larry McClanahan, so he was double entered. He won class in both. Then it was all combo from there. Combo stick, Rob Youngblood. There he is, Superstock I, 76 Corvette. He got the win over Terry Anderson. All right, so Rob Youngblood went 10 flat. 79 under. Combo Auto, Charlene Gullett. Oh, the wife of Bob Gullett. So she has an 85 Olds Cutlass with a 327 running GTM Automatic. She got the win in the Combo Auto. And then Combo Factory Stock, Tommy Gaynor in a 2008 Cobalt. It's got a 396 in it, so I guess it's got one of the later Camaro Copo engines in it. And he got the win over Chris Hall. So I guess they lumped together a factory GT car with a factory Superstock car. Yeah, factory GTC, right, and factory Superstock. All right, so that was it. There was really only 4 natural class winners in Superstock out in Boise, Idaho. Interesting. Got to get these car counts up. Okay. This is what happens when you put too many notes on one page. You got to scroll it down a little bit there, Fazio. Scroll it down. All right. Where are we? We're done with the results. What's coming up this weekend? Thunder Valley Nationals in Bristol. We already talked about that, right? Division 1, Lebanon Valley, which is where I will be. I've never been to Bristol or Lebanon Valley, so hopefully next year I can get to Bristol, and hopefully it's not over the same weekend as a Division 1 event. We also have the 23rd annual NMRA Ford Performance Nationals in Norwalk, Ohio, which is the reason why I saw John Calvert. I saw Don Keene. They were running the D3 event in Norwalk, Ohio. So they like to run this event also. I guess there's a Cobra Jet shootout and what have you. They get their 2 races in 2 weeks, and it's America's racetrack. Why would you not want to be there, right? I know I would like to be there. I could actually go for an ice cream from that place right this very moment. Everybody used to go to Boise to set records, altitude track, and friendly scales. Oh, friendly scales. I like that. You know what? I think, I remember Kip Martin ran a 64 Mustang Superstock car like I run, Superstock L, and he held the record at like 10:13. In the dragster years ago, probably in like 2008, it said. And I don't know what altitude track he set that at because there ain't no Super Stock L 289 Mustang going at 1013 in this part of the solar system. So I'll have to find that out. All right, let's go over some points here. Who's in the points? All right, so nationally, Stock Eliminator. I still got Kyle Rizzoli. He really needs to hit another race up because he's got 666 points. And I don't like seeing that on my screen, Kyle. So go win another race somewhere, will you? In second place, Parker Theobald, Dwayne Scheitlin, Justin Lamb, and Jeff Longanese in fifth place. Rounding it out, that's the top 5 in Stock Eliminator. Super Stock top 5. This is nationally. Kyle Rizzoli is still number 1. Monty Bogan. I'm surprised Kyle didn't go to Boise, Idaho. I guess he's taking the weekend off. Monty Bogan's number 2. Jeff Atkinson is number 3. Kevin Helms number 4. Brad Burton's number 5. That is Stock and Super Stock top 5 nationally. Factory Stock, while we're at it, Aaron Stanfield's number 1. Lenny Lodig, Dave Davies, Joe Welch, and Doug Hamp. All right, now we're going to run through the division leaders in Stock and Super Stock. Ready? Just the number 1 guy or gal. Jim Roberts is number 1 in Stock, Division 1. Pete Diagnolo, Super Stock. In Division 2 now, Jeff Longany in Stock. Monty Bogan in Super Stock. Division 3, Tyler Bohannon in Stock. Nick Morris in Super Stock. Division 4, Jerry Emmons in Stock. Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. in Super Stock. Division 5, I still got 4-Speed Johnny here in Stock. Tony Hernandez is in second place, another stick. Beautiful Corvette in Stock. So Johnny McLaughlin, number 1 in Stock. Wyatt Wagner, number 1 in Super Stock. That's Division 5. Division 6 is Brad Burton in Stock, and Super Stock is Jody Lang. I hope these are updated. Division 7 is Kyle Rizzoli in Stock and Kyle Rizzoli in Super Stock. So this kid is going for, like, I don't know what it is after trifecta. What is it when you get all 4? Quadfecta? Could be number 1 in Stock nationally, number 1 in Super Stock nationally, number 1 in Stock divisionally, number 1 in Super Stock divisionally. So that is like the perfect season, right? I mean, the perfect season was Allison Dahl, won 5 divisional events. She had a perfect score in Division 1. I don't know if that's ever happened before, and if it's ever happened, I don't think it's happened since. But Rizzoli, has anybody ever won World Champ and Division Champ in 2 categories in the same year? That's pretty amazing. That kid can drive. Super late Norwalk Divisional was absolutely packed house. Oh, I love it. I love it. Someday, if I ever own a track and Bill Bader is still around, he will be my consigliere. All right, guys. Is there anything else I need to cover? I don't know. I think that's it. All right, we'll call it a night there. My voice hurts. I had a long day of work. I'll see everybody that goes to Lebanon Valley this weekend. Come find me. If you do not have the decals for Drag Insights Dead on the Money Award, you got to get these decals from me. I got them. I tried to give them to NHRA for them to hand them out too, but they said, you know what, you just handle it. So it's on me, all right? You got to come find me. I will post my pit spot as soon as I can, as soon as I get there. Good luck anybody heading to Bristol. I hope the weather is good. Let's just check it real quick. Let's check the weather in Bristol and the weather in Lebanon Valley, West Lebanon, New York. And let's hope for the best. Let's hope for a very different climate than we just had in Epping, New Hampshire, right? So Bristol, Tennessee, what are we looking at here? 10-day forecast. Friday, 73 and sunny, mostly clear. Love it. Saturday, 78, and a big fat advertisement just had to come in my face. Oh my God, did I just say, I meant came into the picture. Ooh, this just got rated R real quick. Oh my goodness, and a big fat advertisement there. Why? Oh my goodness. You know, you try to drag it over. Forget it. The forecast looks good. It's good. I'm predicting it. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it, Scott Cat. If you guys want to go on WeatherBug and check the forecast, because, you know, whenever I try to do something nice and quick, it's got to spin, advertisements got to pop up, and it just turns out to be a disaster. And then I accidentally say things that don't make sense. All right. You're welcome. Thanks for joining us, guys. Have a good week.